holding on to the cart so much as it pushed on to point B. So really interesting stuff here, and it could be all she wrote for Series 1.
Yeah, so set point for Envious. See whether they can do it as we head to Dorado. Okay, feeling a little bit more even, Papa Smithy. Everyone getting behind their teams.
One position. You don't have the same ability to dart around, and your tanks especially are going to be more exposed now. Winston and D.Va already have a lot of mobility, so they do free up something like a Luciolus comp, as Effect will just stare at the beach and think about life a bit.
And No Smite has the best move. I feel like Junkrat
No Smite's on
Junkrat.
Junkrat.
What the heck? Okay, never mind. We're going for the attack Junkrat.
Yeah. This is really good at static defenses, which when you don't see a Lucio, Junkrat can be very strong. So another curveball, not one I was expecting for today.
Did they seriously snipe that composition that quickly, Papa Smithy? Or had they done their homework just that well on the side of X6? Mickey's going to get the first kill, though, onto Gilly. Maybe they've tried a little bit too hard with the fanciness, but No Smite says no as Mickey loses the mech. And now X6 are fighting back on the attack.
You have to be so careful here when you're against a Junkrat. The spam and the zone control he pulls off can be massive. And we're not in the meta with Zarya being able to just bubble up and get full charge from the Junkrat. You're never going to be opening with a Zarya on defense on this map anymore. And they're getting significant meterage and forcing Envyus to react as we have a pause.
Envious are like, who even is that hero? So Pause going to be running down again.
No Smite, who we have the perspective of. Doesn't have ult first because Chips already has it. Pops the nano.
Yeah, Effect is going to be able to grab the pick onto Bebe as well. And Time Boy picks off Harry Hook, so they trade Zenyatta's.
Here's the Riptire. Doesn't get anything.
A little bit unfortunate. It was exciting though, wasn't it, Papa Smithy?
You can't help but get pumped. We don't get any Junkrat in Apex.
Oh, damn right.
Or anywhere. Spam so far is still good. He's managed to zone them away. It was only a couple left from Envy after the first kills, and now Envious are just, they feel like they want a tactical pause right now to be like, wait, how do we deal with Junkrat?
Yeah, exactly.
He went to contest the high ground, but had to drop down to No Smite. Chips will get a lot of nano boost this game because just like Zarya shield, there's a lot of junk damage, I guess you call it, or just useless damage is perhaps the better thing to say that comes through. So healers get their ult very fast when Junkrat's in the game.
Taimu controlling this high ground nicely, has himself the tack visor. Godsby's going to pick off Effect. So
X6 do not have a comp to contest the high ground. They can only really shoot damage up there, or No Smite can pop up and potentially die instantly with 200 HP. So it's a lot about just firing damage up top and waiting for the side of Envy to drop down, because X6 are very much a cart defense system, not a high ground defense system. Unless...
Oh, not going to quite find the stick there as Transcendence does come out. X6 do have the sound barrier, but Gilly's taken out with the tack visor from Taimo. It runs out in the end as X6 invest the Transcendence there as well, just to hold on to this cart.
Somehow, Reinhardt was actually on the high ground. He drops down again.
Okay, interesting one. Godsby, though, is going to get the headshots that he needs onto Taimu.
D.Va does contest the cart for a bit, so it won't be approaching the corner as early as it could have. One final defense is going to be possible for Team Envious. Riptire available. It's going to be used again.
Havoc, yeah, throws
going to
it
do
out.
some climbing.
Oh, Harry Hook going to be taken down as he boosts himself up here as well. Taimu has to run away, but Godsby picks up a tack visor kill. Shoyobin there as well on this Reinhardt, tearing people up, and Time Boy. This is looking insane from X6. I don't know how this is working.
They're 4 minutes 50 going into the power plant. Don't even need to contest the high ground with all the spam. The spam from the left clicks doing the work for them, trying to chase down Mickey. No one's tanky against Junkrat.
And No Smite needs... We need to change this text, Papa Smithy.
I mean, Envious are trying everything. They have Harry Hook finally onto Lucio for the first time, but it is already on point C. As the time bag is insanely large for X6.
Yeah, power plant, difficult one to push through as they're just going to casually wander away from that pulse bomb.
Who knew that No Smite, who played 97% of his time, that's a big Earth Shatter.
Yeah, massive. Pulse Bomb's going to take down Chips there as well as Taimu. He's going to fall. No Smite actually grabs him with the remote bomb. Cherubin doesn't find the pin onto anyone. It doesn't seem to matter though, as X6 in so much control in this particular map. It looks like Game 5 is well and truly in their sights.
We're already rounding the final bend. This Winston main flexing onto the Junkrat's doing all the work.
And Cherubin, the Diva main on this Reinhardt, is looking brilliant as well. This might just continuing to deliver what he can. Envyus finally grabbing a couple of kills as Riptire does nothing. Envyus. Okay, so the cart stops moving, Papa Smithy. X6 still have 3.5 minutes.
And they can also mix it up. You're not going to stick with the Junkrat when the cart is so far forward. They would basically need Reinhardt to inch him forward, and then the dive from the defense would find them in so many different ways. But we just kind of have to take a step back and smile about triple DPS, a player that was 97% Winston, jumping onto the attack Junkrat. And as you say, Choyobin, who's been Diva only for the majority of his career, jumping onto the Reinhardt, making so much work happen, and now they can just go standard.
Yeah, now they're going to get the first pick as well as Bebe grabs Parry Hook. It's a huge deal as they throw down their sound barrier. Attack visor there as well as X6 have a bunch of ultimates that they can use. 3 picks already, make that 4 as the cart continues to move forward. Sound barrier from Envious, but Harry Hook, he's the only man standing. That's the team wipe, and that's going to be the full push from X6.
One of the most innovative offensive rounds we have seen in so long in Apex. On defense, we get the crazy. You think back to Luxury Watch Blue, whether it was their Body Shot, Widowmaker comp, or their triple support comp, but a flex that no one could have seen coming. The sort of thing where Winston's lab gives you no research information because No Smite, jumping onto the Junkrat on offense, got them point A and point B on first attempt, and he finally died for the first time, just, 10 meters away from the end, jumped onto Winston. The comp was prepared for a lot of things, but not for the super standard that X6 turned over. And now suddenly Envious, who probably were thinking, okay, we got over our hump, 3-1. 3-1's looking a long way away, Atlas.
Yeah, 3-2's looking like it's almost what you hope for this time, because that's a huge time bank in 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Envious certainly an opportunity to push like that as well, but will they do it with an innovative composition once again? I'm not entirely sure. It's looking like triple tank on the defense for X6 though.
Work?
Make a stand, as it were.
Well, they made a stand. They made an impression at least, that's for sure.
Oh, well,
on
yes.
attack.
Now it's about the defensive game and whether X6 can put a plug in Envy's momentum.
Now, dive was always the thing that undid triple tank, but Envious, if you know one thing about them, is that they never fully commit to dive, so that's why X6 feel like against this opponent, triple tank can possibly be the way.
Well, it is going to be triple tank versus triple tank as Envious, they move over to a Roadhog at their own. Taimu, he's going to pick that one up. Not going to be on the McCree like Godsby is.
In the past, Taimu spent 50% of Season 2 on Roadhog, but big adjustment this season was Roadhog largely dropping out, especially for Envious. Here's the hook.
Yeah, it is going to be onto Coco though, so he's probably okay with being in the front line. This Timeboy's going to grab himself a drink and continue to throw these shotgun pellets right in, but maybe it's pushed far enough here from Envious to break through. They've traded at least a mech in, but Taimu grabs a kill. Effect gets a pulse bomb down so early in this fight. Godsby sort of getting things off the back end, but Effect is going to bully him out of there.
In much more simple fashion, we're going to see the last second test to buy a second.
It was close, but no cigar.
Now, we could definitely see a very interesting second round of attack phases on Dorado. Would the double capture dream happen? It's like a double rainbow. We never see them, but the one time you do, you don't forget it, Atlas.
Oh, yeah. I just want X6 to go on attack on Dorado again. I just want to see what else they have planned for us.
Some Hanzo, maybe?
Yeah, is it the attack Torbjorn? Like, I don't know.
Torbjorn, Reinhardt, and Orisa just park the turret on the cart. Double shield, see what happens.
I just love how at the beginning I brought, oh, Junkrat, the perfect one to be the troll pick.
And he wasn't trolling. He was going.
He was definitely not trolling.
The backline. Taimu mixing around as Chips has been caught, Mickey as well.
Well, they've invested the sound barrier and it's actually paying off for them as well. Half the members of Envious have fallen. Chips, before he could even use his Transcendence, fell down. This could spell success for X6 on the defense.
When you dive like this, it kind of forces Envious to reevaluate. They may even feel pressured enough to change over to Reinhardt to get back to the cart, but it's so close to the spawn doors that for now, they won't do that as Effect wants to get in the back line and sniper support.
Well, Transcendence is going to be able to get them onto the cart here as well, as they have all the rest of the ults. Whole hog going down from Taimu, as well as Mickey throws out the self-destruct looking for a target. Timeboy's in the back though. He's managed to take down Effect with a really nice stick on the pulse bomb, and Harry Hook booped Gilly off. Timeboy trades his life, and we've got kills traded left, right, and center. X6 holding on to ultimates nicely, though. Yeah,
it's a big trade up for X6. They got the first couple of picks, and even though there was some answering, there's another case where Transcendence was used very early just to contest the cart. It timed out, and there were really no tools left for Team Envious. So the delay has already happened. It was, what, 5:30, 5:40 as we got through point A, and now we've shaved 2 minutes off it with 2 good contests from X6. At some point, you do have to start giving some meterage, though, otherwise you will be preyed upon.
They just don't have the grenade launcher high ground harass, Papa Smithy. That's what they don't have.
Do have Effect, though.
Yeah, he's not going to find the pulse bomb kill, but he at least gets everyone off here as Transcendence has to be invested from X6. Coco's picked up the kill under No Smite as well, but Chips has died. So what can they do? Godsby's here with attack visor. That's going to be 2 already. Make that 3 as Harry Hook eventually gets rid of him. But Gilly's going to get rid of Coco. Taimu falls down to Timeboy. And X6 once again, I mean, this is 3 holds in a row.
But Envious really aren't giving Taimu much to work with. Usually when you have something like a McCree change and you need a Roadhog as well. As I'm just saying that point, Effect wins the Tracer battle very triumphantly, but Taimu wasn't getting any support on the McCree and was getting crushed and closed down upon, so he jumps over to the Soldier.
Oh, baby. In trouble, but Effect does recall his way back. Self-destruct is in there, and that's going to pick up Chips. Taimu actually jumped to his own death, unfortunately.
Free shooting.
Yeah.
No one's contesting the high ground, Atlas, like you were mentioning. They don't have a Roadhog to do it. They don't have a Genji to do it. So for now, just shooting gallery for Godsby.
It was a well-played self-destruct, actually. It meant that Effect either had to commit to getting round that corner onto the high ground against multiple opponents or die to a self-destruct.
Taimu's so far away from the tack visor. Switched to McCree, didn't really have a team comp for it. Now is on the Soldier that fits the comp more. It's going to take time and eco pushes that. Time isn't really what Envious has too much of. Effect.
That's going to be the pulse bomb. Picks up BB. He finally finds the Zenyatta and drops down for the kill onto Godsby. Effect taking this game into his own hands once again, like he's done so many times. Primal Rage.
Fine time.
Yeah, from No Smite just to try and get people off this point. But Mickey, he's sitting himself on the cart. Defense Matrix is there as Timeboy has to be careful, but recalls his way back.
Even though this is a fight that will go the way of Envious, the cart still has not moved, and that means the respawns are starting to come in.
Yep, self-destruct now from Mickey. How he jumps back into his mech.
But they have to use the self-destruct. They waste a lot of time. The respawns do come through from X6. Almost catch Effect also. It does mean they will have a wholehearted contest before the end of point B because of all the time bought by the divers.
Yeah, double support ult plus the tack visor is a fantastic ult combo as well. Feeling good, RX6 on this last remaining.
We've seen some highlight plays from Effect so many times with the Pulse Bomb. This is going to have to be one of them, but with the Transcendence up, it's so damn hard.
Mickey's going to jump in. The Pulse Bomb is still in hand. Chips actually finds No Smite. This is important. Godsby throws down the tack visor, but that's the Transcendence from Envious, keeping his members alive. Godsby throws out a Helix Rocket and gets a kill on Timeboy as well. That is both supports dead. There's now Effect is going to come in, try and see what he can do. X6 members are dropping left, right, and center as Effect looks for the backhand kill. Doesn't quite get it, but Timeboy eventually falls down. There goes the mech from Choyobin.
Contesting the cart, but that's all they're really doing here. The respawn and walk back is too far, hoping that the Envious will use as much resources as possible. Some respawns do come in, but again, it's very smart to drop back here. They probably will have to give up point B.
Yeah, and the pseudo triple DPS on this push as well as Chips is going to move over to the Sombra.
They're actually still contesting. Good job by Timeboy.
Yeah, Pulse Bomb comes in actually to buy some space to get the staggered run-throughs as Gilly's going to fall down, but Godsby grabs Effect. This could be important as the Primal Rage is there. We do have the EMP coming in from Chips. Try and get some work done, but I'm not sure whether it's going to be enough as X6 have at least bought enough time to get themselves some solidification. And No Smite is smacking everyone around. Sound Barrier is able to be bought time for as well from Gilly.
The hack doesn't actually stop the ultimate from coming through. So Attack Visor was popped by Godsby. Taking out, though, 3 picks, the final ones here. They take out the Diva and the Lucio to finally claim point B.
Yeah, we've got absolutely no space left to go as Timeboy, he recalls his way back onto the point. Effect grabs Gilly though, and makes it a double with the kill into Timeboy, so they should be able to make it over here.
And X6 are so good at contesting just before point B. This is what frustrated Runaway. Envious still do get it, but with a minute 20 in the time bank, half of what X6 finished the map on, they get one push to do it. Mickey will have the self-destruct. Effect basically has permanent pulse bomb.
Yeah, that's just what he does. Recall comes in, doesn't find anyone with the pulse bomb.
It misses on that one. So we get to breathe for just a half a second, but we know the action's about to come in. Here's the leap in from No Smite.
And Timeboy gets himself into the backline as well, trying to get some damage onto that mech.
Maybe dies with Transcendence up.
Yeah, Effect is able to get that kill nicely, but Timeboy is still here. He's got the pulse bomb ready. Tac Visors available from Timeboy as well, but X6 have a lot of ults available. Self-destruct comes down. Not sure whether it's going to be enough though, as this is a lot of kills for Envious to get this cart moving.
And now they have to really escort the cart and try to spawn camp. It's still going to be 6 members alive from X6 with ultimates. Bebe dying with his ult. May have wanted to hold on to it anyway for the last second contest, but this is that time, and watch for Chips' EMP.
Yeah, we're
looking for as many as possible. There it is.
Yeah.
Transcendence was used early though, so it is available.
Yep, throws that one out and isn't going to get cancelled, so Effect, he's able to pick up the first kill onto Godspeed. That was nicely timed after the Transcendence, and X6 throws down the sound barrier. BB going low, he's going to get taken out, and Envious looking to try and push this one up.
Winston's dead.
We are so close to overtime.
Both frontliners dead on the side of Envious.
X6 still trying to do what they can, and they are picking up the kills now. Taimu and Effect both dead.
And they've
Chips
done it
as well. No DPS up as Godspeed. There's the Tac Visor just to put the last nails in the coffin, and X6 looking to hold on and bring us to a game number 5.
We're going to map 5, Atlas. So much stall tactics that was successful for the side of X6, and innovation again is rewarded. Opening the Junkrat on attack from their Winston main. Completely caught Envious by surprise. Basically instantly took point A and point B. And then there's the nature of time banks works. When you're so good at contesting against Runaway and now against Envious, managing to take away 5.5 minutes. In this case, I think it's 550 time banks on point B. And that was so powerful in the delay factor. And suddenly, we're one hybrid map away from deciding who goes to the winner's bracket and who has to fight all the way through the loser's bracket.
Yeah, and it's so many more games as well. I mean, each time you lose, you still have to get those 2 victories. We are going to have the Tac